A lot of passport bros are naive. I have two clips that I want to share with you guys, as well as I just want to give my input as a Hispanic man. So this is focused on Latin America, specifically Colombia, but it pretty much applies to all of Latin America. Let's start with clip number one.
A lot of guys, they don't do the work and they come to Colombia expecting the women to just bow down for them. I do say it's a more feminine culture. Like, you don't have to fight the women to be women, opposed to here. In America, it's more of like even though I like this guy, even though he's this guy I want to be with, let me play difficult. I feel like that's not so much there. But if you come to Colombia and you're not in good shape, you don't dress well, you just think girls are just gonna like you for you, they have every right to finesse you.
Facts. Yeah. Thank you.
A lot of
Yeah, it's not sweet down there. It's not as easy as people make it seem. You still have to have your A game when you go over there. And the women there, American men underestimate the women. Like I said, I'm Hispanic, I'm Cuban American. I live in Miami, but I've traveled all across Latin America, and my Spanish is A1. I'm with a Cuban, Puerto Rican woman now. But I've been with Venezuelan and Colombian before, all Americanized. But when I speak to the women in Colombia, they're educated, they're smart, they know what's up, and a lot of them will take advantage of foreigners. Not all, but there's women there that can sniff out the opportunity, and they'll take advantage. If you're going there for fun, it's one thing, right? You're gonna go there for a party, you're gonna have fun with the 304s, you're gonna throw your American money around. That's one thing. But if you're going there for love, to find this cutesy, submissive woman that's going to do everything you tell her, you're in for, a shocking reality. That's not as easy as you think it is to find, number one. And true love is hard to find there too. As a matter of fact, in Colombia, two things I noticed. I'll put the stats up, right? Number one, when it comes to single moms, I think they're the highest. Across the world, I think they have the biggest problem with single moms. There's an epidemic of single moms going out there and men being raised without a father. So imagine. And then number two, cheating, infidelity. I think they're number two. I'll post that up as well. In the entire world when it comes to cheating and infidelity. So, if the guys are getting cheated, what hope do you have? They better be in love with you. Because if they're just with you for security and stability, that's not enough. If the woman doesn't actually desire you, you're gonna have issues. You're gonna have problems, especially if she's there for a green card. How do you know if she's really there for you? So, I'm not saying you can't find success in Colombia. I'm just saying it ain't as sweet as people want to make it seem, and that it comes with a whole new host of problems. Now, I have another clip I want to share with you guys. I'm never dating Colombian women again. This guy, he got divorced. He comes from a Chinese background, and he's self-aware. In the beginning of the video, he admits that he's divorcing, and so he might come off as bitter, but I agreed with these points. I thought they were great. They were down to earth. So let's take a look here at what he has to say.
Colombian culture and Chinese culture are almost like polar opposite. And I think the only way that it works is that if the man is a little more passive, right, like most Asian men are, Latin women are naturally dominant. I know a couple that are pretty timid, but for the most part, I would say that most Latin women are dominant, and maybe it's a part of the culture and everything. Maybe it's because of all the single moms. Maybe it's because new feminist movement that is definitely here in Colombia already.
Ya hoy en día las mujeres no es como los tiempos de antes, pues que dependían como de tener una pareja o algo así. Me parece que eso es lo que ha cambiado y ya las mujeres pues responden por sí solas también.
Se nos cayó esa venda de que teníamos que tener un hombre que nos mantuviera o algo así. Ya somos las empoderadas.
Sí. ¿Ustedes creen que son más empoderadas que como las americanas o como los otros países en Latinoamérica?
Sí, hemos sacado la fortaleza de que podemos con todo. Con todo.
A lot of people who don't speak Spanish say that Colombia is a lot better. Colombia doesn't have all these feminist problems. But I'm like, have you looked around, bro? And as someone who owned a business and who's had employees who were men and women, my female employees were generally a lot more responsible than my male employees, even though some of my male employees were pretty good. But as someone, if you're trying to pick a long-term partner, I understand why my parents say that culture is very important. So if you got
Yeah, so that's what a lot of the men in America that don't speak Spanish don't realize. Those women are just as empowered now, and they're also looking for a lot, especially if you're foreign. Their requirements are even higher I'm telling you, you're gonna face problems wherever you go. Now, if you're going there because you just think the women are more attractive, shoot your shot. I agree with that. I'm Hispanic. Like attracts like. So with that, I'm game. But if you think it's sweet down there and you're just gonna throw your money around and that's gonna work for you, brother, you're opening up a whole nother can of worms. So if you're gonna be a passport, bro, think it through because it presents its own set of challenges. That's all I'm saying. Good luck out there.